Damn,
The actual
Kellen.
podcast?
I
What?
mean, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we're talking about addiction.
Yeah, we're talking about addiction.
Hey, I wasn't prepared for this. What the fuck?
I thought you said
So
you
he can
were.
he can edit it. He can
I
edit
can
this.
edit.
Wait,
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
I'll
it'll
be
be
here,
fun.
but holy goddamn! Oh, I didn't know I was a part of this. I thought you had already recorded it with
No.
Ian.
No, that's
Oh
what I was saying.
shit!
Like, oh, I thought we were all gonna. I thought like we were all gonna do it. That's why.
Yeah, because like I
Oh,
thought that's what I was bringing you in here for. Low,
oh,
like high key.
okay. Fuck it, let's do it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Let's Get Real podcast. I'm here joined once again by this fuckhead Ian, who's currently making these dumb faces on the camera now. I don't, and I'm joined by Danny too. Hey, Danny.
Sure.
Yes,
What is up?
sir. Ski.
Let's get it.
He's really not going to stop doing that. He's still doing
No,
it.
I think
Yeah.
I'm okay with it though.
You know what? I'll try and learn to live with it. But anyway,
Stop with this camera.
what?
Dude, oh my god, I had the biggest glitch for Danny. What the fuck? It was him like spasming like this.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about right now, I have started to record video along with the podcast now. Ian just flicked you guys off. I made that decision just so that way, like, I don't know, I feel like people would prefer to have like visual effects with it too rather than just audio. Like, there's some people that prefer it. Now, I know I personally like to have visual rather than audio. So I mean, if you're joining us from YouTube, I'm waving. Hi, how you guys doing?
Hi, mom.
And if you're just listening on Spotify, then just hi. Can't see me, but hi. Anyway, today's episode is about addiction. People, we've all gone through it before. Well, most of us has.
Well, yeah.
A lot of people have gone
Okay.
through it. A lot of people are going through it too. Um, and I think it's safe to say we all three of us have, in a sense, gone through it at least once in our lives, or are currently going through it, if anything. Like,
Mhm.
is
Maybe
there anything
not.
anything you guys want to speak on it first?
Danny.
Ian, do you want me to go? Do you want to
You
go?
want to speak on it? Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean-
Let us know. Like, tell us. Is there
I mean-
something that you've been through before, or something you're going through right now?
Um, as far as addiction, I don't know because I think I have like a very addictive like personality, like in the sense of like once I get like fixated on something, like that's all I do. I usually like if I'm focusing in my life on like one thing, I'm not like the type that could like do several other things on the side. Like I have to like put all my time and attention into like one certain thing. But as far as like addictions that I could say I've had, I could definitely say like growing up, like I would be like addicted to like playing just video games. Like
Oh,
I would like
very
there was a
common for
stage,
all of us. Yeah.
and I know, yeah, like I'm sure like a lot of like guys growing up went through this, but there was times that I would wake up early to play the game. Then I would come home from school and play the game, and just like rinse and repeat. And it was just like, and then past then I played video games, but it wasn't like to the point of like addiction. Like
Right.
there was a point where I would say like in middle school, it was like to an unhealthy amount. And like my mom realized and like we had to like slowly cut that shit out because it was not healthy. Like I was not going outside for like a certain amount of time. So I think that's the closest thing I've came to like real addiction, which there's a lot worse things you could be
Oh, of
addicted to.
course. Yeah.
But I mean addiction of any sort, it's just not good.
Yeah,
It's just
No,
good
yeah,
to have
of course.
moderation
It
and
doesn't matter
everything.
what it is. Like, everything has to be done in moderation, like you said. Yeah, it
Right.
has to be done
Exactly.
in moderation. Doesn't matter what it could be. It could be the most harmless task of like just playing a video game. You have to learn
Right.
to put it down every now and then and go fucking hug a tree or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fucking free buggers.
No, but like you could even
All
be addicted to
disrespect to
good
them.
things. There's
Yeah,
people
But
addicted to going to the gym. I wish I had that shit.
I mean, dude, it's fun.
No,
But
yeah,
look, real
gym.
quick,
Yeah,
Yeah, like
No,
the
but
thing
I'm
is,
saying like addicted.
No,
oh yeah,
yeah.
there's
There's
Like
people
that's
people
that
the
that
thing.
they'll take it overboard and they'll end up like
yeah
hurting
they'll
their own
destroy their
bodies and
bodies.
everything. Yeah,
You have
they'll
to give
hurt themselves.
Right.
Yeah,
yourself like enough rest and
Hmm.
things like that. But
yeah,
before we start the recording, Danny, me and Joseph were just in here. We were talking how like our addiction, like we've had. I think we said that all of us have had like some sort of addiction with video games, of course.
yeah,
Hmm.
But one of the big things that we had to deal with because we're chubbier guys, we're a
yeah.
bit on the heavier
Right.
side.
Okay.
We are
But
both
like
on the heavier side. Yeah,
I'm curious to hear from what you have to say in your experience with food. Like what I was saying is
Mm.
for me, I was a big comfort food eater,
yeah,
and also
yeah.
just
I
like
was as
I'm
well.
really addicted to carbs, and I think people out there would also agree.
Wait. Hold up. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Fuck,
Don't worry.
man. Sophie
Well,
called and it completely cut out. Wait, let me
For
let
those
her
for those
know.
tuning in, that is his girlfriend.
yeah. That's his girlfriend calling
Girlfriend
right now.
trouble,
Yeah.
Wait,
trouble in
wait.
paradise. Ooh. Honestly, this gives me a good time to close my door real quick. So he's
Yeah,
not
no,
just
go
falling
ahead,
by.
go ahead. Just to, I guess to keep the ball rolling a little bit, I'll transition into like what I was gonna say originally, like to kind of piggyback on what Ian was saying a bit, on the addiction of food, because we are both
Okay,
on.
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, we're
Okay.
good now. Okay, yeah, but
Wait, let me ask my question. So,
oh, you're asking. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, what I'm saying is that so like I've been addicted to carbs. Joseph has his addiction with food.
Yep.
I'm
Hmm.
curious, since we're both heavier and you're thinner, did you ever have like an addiction to food per se, or like because like maybe your faster metabolism, it didn't affect your body as much,
Right.
but like for me, it's
Um.
carbs, comfort foods, and like spicy foods. I really just could eat that all day, even
Oh
when it
yeah.
makes me feel sick.
Oh yeah.
I'll like stop eating for 10, 15, 20 minutes, but I'll just keep eating, and I gained so much weight over that. And now I'm able to like combat it and I've gotten better with it, but I went through so many years going through
Right.
that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Um. No. So I have a fast fucking metabolism. I can't gain weight. Like
Yeah, I've
I've
noticed that
tried to
over the
gain.
years.
I wish.
I've
Yeah. Like
noticed
I
that.
literally, there's been times where I was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna load up on carbs. Like I'm just gonna gain weight, and it never fucking happened. But I noticed. Well, first off, growing up, I never had fast food. I only started really having fast food around like high school and shit. Like
Oh,
once. Yeah, because growing up, I never had that shit because I would
because your parents
always eat
didn't
at
like.
home. Not that they wouldn't let me, but it just like it was never like really a thing. Like
Okay.
we get McDonald's once in a blue moon,
Yeah.
but and well, no, it really started once I would go to like my dad's sometimes because sometimes I would go to my dad's, my mom would always cook. It wouldn't always be the best, but she would cook. Yeah, my dad, he did not fucking cook. So we would eat out a lot. And then once I got a little older and, obviously I could take myself places and buy my own things. There were times that like I realized like I was getting fast food too much and I would literally have to step back and be like, okay, like I've literally almost like a majority of my meals this week have been like fast food. Like, what the fuck? Like, no.
Yeah.
Gonna start making some shit in the house. It definitely was never a point of like addiction, but like for sure, if I didn't have my fast metabolism, there were points in like recent years I would have definitely like gained weight. But
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I've never like craved food like that and like had
Okay.
any addiction towards that.
Huh.
Luckily, because yeah, that could
No,
be a
yeah,
bitch.
definitely.
Yeah.
But no, for
It's
the most part,
definitely, yeah.
no.
It's definitely difficult for other people. Yeah, that they. Especially like for in the case like of like Ian and I, because throughout high school we were. I mean, I
Oh my
remember
God.
we
Dude,
were we were big
I
guys. I
kept a
mean,
tally of it. I gained 60 plus pounds in high
yeah,
school
yeah, oh, that's
because
nuts.
I mean the times we'd go eat out, late at night and then just even the quality of food at school. Like that's a big thing.
No,
And
I definitely say for sure
yeah,
the stuff I would eat at school definitely kickstarted my addiction for like
yeah.
just eating junk.
I mean,
No, that
for
makes
me,
sense.
my
Yeah.
addiction really began. I can remember this like it's yesterday. In like second grade, that's when I started playing basketball, and I'd go to like basketball camps and like the like youth leagues, and school ends around 4 o'clock. Lunch was at 12, so I'm hungry. I'm a little kid. My mom would get the little 2-pack hamburger things, and
Yeah, yeah,
like those things are heavily processed, just
yeah.
terrible. They
Horrible, yeah.
taste so fucking good at the time because
Oh
you're
yeah.
8 years old.
You don't
You'll
give a
eat
fuck. You don't
anything.
know anything about it, so it's like
Yeah.
fuck it.
So
It's
like,
just
No.
good.
I'd eat that, and then I'd tell my mom like, get me more, or like, yo, let's stop at McDonald's, let's stop at the Burger King, let's stop, and then I'd play basketball. I'd go home and I'd just keep eating, and that's something. And then in high school, I'd get home, I'd play hours of basketball with some of our other friends, and I'd get home and I'm like, oh wow, I burned a lot of calories, but I'd eat it all right back. Just big bowls of rice, big bowls of cereal, big bowls of ice cream,
Hmm.
fucking bags of chips, bags of marshmallows, bags of anything, like candy, like, oh my God. And it's just because and also like with our mental state, that was a big thing for us, especially me and Joseph, that we had hard times with school and like friends and things like that we get like depressed. And we've talked on previous podcasts about going through those hard times, that it was a comfort food. It
Yeah,
would help us feel better. So
yeah,
we just keep eating, eating,
Right.
eating,
Food
not
is always
realizing
there.
yeah.
right,
Food
food
was
is always
no
there,
nobody
and it
else
doesn't
was
involve
there.
any emotions at that time. You're just eating
Yeah,
because it makes you feel good, it makes you
and it was
full
like
or
at
whatnot.
that time. I mean, like at that time, I was
Temporarily.
yeah.
Right.
At that time, I was remember I was dating this girl from Colombia. At that point, I didn't have somebody here with me to like comfort me like how like now I have Sophia. Now that like I want comfort, I go see her or something.
For me.
Hmm.
And like now it's okay.
Right.
Now, yeah, because but like back in that time, I didn't really have that opportunity really to like just like go see my significant other to like to comfort me.
Hmm.
So it's like I don't
Right.
really have a lot of people other. And in high school, I wasn't too social with like going out with friends up until like my I want to say like my almost sophomore year or junior year of high school of when that's when I started actually going out with my classmates and whatnot, like
Hmm.
outside of school instead of hanging out with them just inside school. So
Yeah.
during like my sophomore year, I had like no one basically, and I'd get home and I'd just be like, I gotta eat then. There's nothing else I can do.
Right.
Like there's no one else around, and food's the only thing that makes me feel good right now. So I'm
Right.
just gonna fucking eat.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree, and I think this would be a good point to maybe talk about. I mean, for me personally, I guess an addiction I've been going through. I usually tell you guys like jokingly, and I've told like James, some of our other friends, for those watching and or listening, that some of our other friends, I'd say it jokingly because it's embarrassing, but
I
it's
know
something I don't give a shit.
I know what he's gonna talk about,
Oh,
and
I know what you're gonna say, but
it's
okay.
Yeah, what,
it is he
Danny, I
says it
wonder if you know what I'm gonna say, but for
he
those
says it
listening,
jokingly and
yeah,
like,
like I
but the
say
only
this
thing is
jokingly,
like
and
I like we
I
don't
really
like
do mean it.
he does mean it, and like we don't. I mean, we'll laugh at the time, but we know that he's serious, and we'll know like
Yeah,
and
because it's unhealthy,
it's
and
unhealthy. And I've tried having conversations with him.
but that
I've talked
it's
to you
something
about it
that's
and
like
everything,
right,
yeah,
and
and
it's hard to
it's
talk about because it's like it's a little like cringe or just uncomfortable. But I like for those listening, if you guys have like a similar thing, don't be afraid to talk about it with your close
of
friends because they
course
got your back. And then
we'll never
whether you're
like
listening or
you're
watching,
not
or actually get help. I mean,
no
so what
one
I'm
is
talking
gonna.
about is let
n-
me get into
Oh
it,
yeah,
that
no, yeah,
I'm
go ahead, go
I'm
ahead, go ahead.
basically kind of being a little quiet real quick because my parents are in the other room. I don't want them,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I've been addicted now for many years of just like masturbating and porn, and it is
Okay, I'm sorry. I
unhealthy.
didn't mean to laugh.
No,
It
like
just
No, no,
hearing it, it
it's
was funny.
funny. It
It
is
was just
funny because
funny.
it's
I
funny
hear like
sometimes. It's funny sometimes. I get it, yeah, but
but
like,
like the thing is, it is real. Like it hardwires my brain, or it's hardwired my brain, and or rewired my brain, and I bet other people out there, if you've gone through it, that like you're your sex life changes or your idea of sex changes and shit like that. And I'm not afraid to be open about it, but I'm still a virgin. I don't have anyone significant in my life, never, and I've never had one, whether it be personal or like because of my decisions or because I've just never branched out or reached out or tried to shit like that. But I can I'll keep it going daily, every day, or I take a couple days off type shit, and I'll be right back into it, or like I'd want to quit it, but then I'd go right back into it, and it's not good because it ruins your social life too. It ruins your personal life, it ruins your sex life, it ruins your social life. Like, yeah, they say it's not bad to masturbate every once in a while, but when the way I do it and the way that some other people do it, it's not good for you.
It's not.
It's
Yeah.
unhealthy. And
It's
that's
not only
something that
it's not only unhealthy for you in like your mental state, but also your physical state.
right.
It could really ruin you
Yeah.
doing it
Oh
very
yeah, doing
often.
it very often, yeah.
That could really ruin you.
But the main thing is mentally. That is the
That is
biggest
that is the
battle because
main that is the main killer
because
there
it's
right
like
there. Yeah.
instant gratification,
Yep.
once you finish, and then it hardwires your brain that like, oh, you however fast you masturbate or however fast you can finish. So like
Hmm.
once you're with your girl or your significant other, you know, you're seeking that feeling that quick, and it can just ruin your relationship, and it can just it can push the dominoes and create that domino effect
So
that you don't.
is that what you're seeking in all this, the feeling rather than the actual pornography itself?
I think so, definitely, because like I think we all have our like kinks and whatnot that we're
Yeah.
all into that get us, that get us, gets our
Hmm.
sex drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I guess I'm feeling, that gratification.
Yeah.
But like,
Right.
we all have that post nut
That
thought
dopamine.
Yeah.
and
As
that
soon as like
dopamine.
after
But like,
after yeah.
after it, I'm like,
Oh,
fuck,
post
dude,
nut
like
clarity.
again, or
Yeah, the
like,
post
god
nut,
damn it,
like
I
what they call
did,
the post
like,
nut clarity. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
the post nut. You look at
after
it and you're like, fuck.
afterwards you feel
But
like so ashamed of
and
yourself and
like
everything.
sometimes I've tried to like clean type shit, and I'll go like days or weeks without it,
Yeah.
but then I do it again, and I'm right back in that hole.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll, keep people updated every once in a while, maybe on just like how it's going, if it gets better, if I'm still in it. But
Yeah.
definitely, it's something that I need to like get help for because
No, of
it's
course.
not good.
And it's always like it brings us back to one point. It's just like if you ever have a problem with some sort of addiction, like don't be afraid to tell someone about it. Don't be
Exactly.
embarrassed to tell someone about it. Like no one is gonna if it's sincerely something that you feel like you need help with, no one is gonna laugh at you. It's like another situation. Like if you have some sort of incident at with your health, but you're too embarrassed to tell your doctor about it. Why? Your doctor's not
Right.
gonna laugh at you. Your doctor's just gonna help you with it.
Exactly.
So what's the point in being embarrassed about it? Just
Hmm.
don't be embarrassed. Like go seek the help you need to overcome
the
whatever it is you're
and
going
the thing
through.
is with to continue off it is that the thing with addiction is you don't know you're addicted until you
It's
are.
too late.
Until
Right.
Yeah,
until it's
you are in it.
essentially until it's too late. Yeah.
Because
Sometimes yeah.
people will like tell you like, "Hey, we're concerned," but you won't realize it, or you'll take it to the chin and be like, "No,
It'll
I'm
be
not," or
you'll be in denial.
you're
You'll be in
talking
denial
crazy,
about it.
denial, and it's just like I would guess it's like scientifically, in our system that we're like, no, they're lying to us, or like this isn't true,
Yeah.
you know,
It
whatnot.
was
But and we're all we if you hopefully you don't as people listening that you don't end up addicted, but if you do have that, only you can do something about it till you realize that
yeah.
like, oh shit, I do need help, or like what I'm doing is not healthy.
Right. No, yeah.
So it's
It brings me
yeah.
back to like
Yeah, go ahead.
my own addiction where it's like I mean, I never noticed it was a huge problem. Like the one thing I did notice like I was gaining weight. Yeah, I mean, but at one point I had noticed that like it was kind of like I had it somewhat or at least I thought I had it somewhat under control cuz I wasn't getting any bigger but I wasn't getting any slimmer either. I was kind of just like steady. So I was like, okay, well, it doesn't seem too bad up until I finally went to go talk to my primary, and they did blood work, urine work, and they found out that I was deathly
Yeah.
ill.
You're in trouble.
Yeah. Like, and like they told my doctor was just straight up with me. Look, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't know how much longer you would have if you keep doing this.
Right, and to piggyback off a little bit, it's like, we're speaking to you guys about this shit because like we don't want y'all to get to that point. Because like
Yeah.
we're only 20 and 21.
Yeah.
Like, this is a problem not only in the United States, but it's across the world and shit like that.
Yeah.
That hopefully, that like you don't want to be knocking on death's door, being like, and having to be realized then being like, hey, you are this close to being too late to save yourself.
Yeah.
So you got to keep, the main thing is we got to keep yourself in check, and you got to keep others in check. We got to have those checks and balances. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
And luckily that, we are, as our friendships have gotten more ingrained and our lives have gotten, deeper ties, we're able to do that with each other. Keep ourselves in check, be more open and honest with concerns we have of each other.
Yeah.
And like, of course, there's gonna be those times where you're like, oh, should I say it? Should I not? Should I bring this up now? Should I bring it up later? But if it's an honest concern to you, bring it up, see how the person reacts, and just work with it. Find a way to work around it. And if it's not a concern, it's not a concern, but you at least show that you care for them. And they'll take that in the back of their head, being like, maybe they'll take it the wrong way at first, being like, oh, what the fuck are they saying? But then they'll be like, you know what? They're just doing it they're just trying to help me. And they're just trying to keep me in their thoughts, saying like, okay, maybe they were concerned, but I'm okay.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's one thing is like, it doesn't really matter what the other person's reaction is going to be, is because that just tells you like who's by your side and who really isn't. If you tell someone about your addiction and they just sit there and they just start laughing at you, like you can't really rely on them then. But the good thing is you at least reached out to somebody, and you never know, maybe someone else overheard and was like, why are you laughing about that? This is actually pretty serious. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter what the other person's reaction is, man. As long as you just reach out to somebody. I mean, it might not have gotten to them at that point either, that this is a serious situation, up until they finally see that this is starting to get to you, and it's like, okay, now I notice I really shouldn't have laughed about the situation. I shouldn't have brushed it off. They'll notice that it's serious. Sometimes it'll take them a little while for them to understand that it's a serious situation, but just as long as you just reach out to somebody about it, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And you just keep stressing it towards them,
And I just want to say that, like, so if anyone out there has any thoughts or comments, please leave them. Tell us, DM us.
Yep. Please let us know.
Leave comments on the video or whatnot. Because we would like, if you want to talk to us about it, I'm open to it. I'm someone who loves talking about,
honestly,
I guess, issues and trying to help them.
If there's anyone that just wants somebody to talk to, I mean, we can send you a link to our Discord channel, and we can, if you want, one of these days, we can just talk. We can talk with you about it. Whatever you want to talk about, it stays here. It stays within us. It never leaves this room unless you actually want it to. Unless you want to make it public, then, or be on the podcast and speak about it.
A real concern, do seek help.
Yeah.
That is just, get ahead of the curve before you have to bite the bullet.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. And I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
With Danny's bitch ass head and just nodding.
No, because I'm actually thinking, I know you're saying to like the viewers, but like I kind of have like questions for like both of you.
Okay. Yeah.
So like with Joseph, for example.
Yeah.
Besides obviously the doctor like telling you, what the deal is, what was it that you did for yourself to start seeing a change?
Good or bad? I'm curious what you mean.
Wait, like what exactly do you mean? Like after the doctor told me the situation, or before?
Like yeah. So after, and like how like serious this shit is.
Yeah.
Like, what were like the lifestyle changes? Like, what did you start doing? What did you stop doing?
I started just exercising right then and there. As soon as he told me, I started just focusing more on exercising, keeping myself from being back to my like sedentary lifestyle. Basically, when I get home, just like I'm just like a, couch potato. Basically, instead, like I'm active and I like do something, and like whether it be like running or walking or like on like the bike machine in the gym or something. I do something about it just so that way I can start burning off the weight that I need to. I cut off all of the fast food restaurants that I used to go
Yeah, there we
to.
go.
I I just I started I started getting myself like these like recipes for certain foods that I can make and everything. Um and just with just the general support of like my family and my girlfriend and everything, they all stepped in and they all just like made sure that they kept me in check, because obviously this is not only just weight that I had to lose, but also an addiction that I also had to overcome, which is very
That's a good
difficult.
point.
It's very difficult. So it's like I have to lose the weight, but at the same time overcome a major addiction to food. And doing those two things at once it was very challenging. Honestly, the first week I couldn't sleep, I couldn't think, I was having panic attack after panic attack almost every single day. It was honestly a nightmare during that first week. And then finally after the withdrawal stage died down, I started to just adapt to the new lifestyle that I adopted, and I was just like, I felt normal, I felt good, and I saw I was dropping the weight super fast and everything. And now, fast forward about 2.5 months, I'm 30 pounds down now, and I feel amazing.
Looking better than ever.
We can see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
It's not that I can I can see it a little bit, but it's not that I can't see it. It's just I have terrible like
No, I can see
perception.
it. And
Like I don't like
I
when I
don't.
say like I don't see a change, it's because I don't know what it is. Like even like my mom is on a little bit of a health kick.
Yeah.
I don't mean it disrespectfully. I don't know why, but
It's
my
harder.
I
It's harder to
would
see for some, like, cause I
yeah.
like today I went to my sister's house, cause I hadn't seen her in forever, and I went to my sister's house cause she just gave birth to her baby daughter the other day.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I'm an uncle
Oh,
again. I'm an
nice.
uncle to two kids right now. Oh, there it is. That was the funniest little clap I've ever seen.
That's cute.
I'm an uncle to
Fuck yeah.
two little girls right now. Yeah, and then another one coming soon as well. Look at that. Oh my God, I'm an uncle to 3 little kids. But no, it was because she hadn't seen me in so long. So I walked in, and I mean, I'm just saying hi to everyone and everything, and then the entire time she didn't really recognize it. And it wasn't until my mom pointed out, like, "Oh, look, have you seen how much weight like Joey's lost?" It's like, "Oh my God, I hadn't noticed." Like, there are some people it's kind of harder to notice. They have to like kind of like.
I'm gonna say this: get
What?
rid of the neck beard. I
Huh?
think like get rid of this part.
Oh
and I
yeah,
think
no,
it'll, like be more
that's
noticeable.
but that's just because I haven't
Yeah.
cut my hair in a while.
Like
So
I definitely no. One thing is for sure, I can see it around here. Like
oh,
now
I
that I'm
know.
paying a little more attention, like I've noticed it before,
Yeah,
but definitely here.
yeah,
Like
around the like neck area.
For those
Yeah,
listening, I'm pointing to my
around
neck.
the neck area.
That and the
The
chin.
one
You
the
can.
one
That's
major the one major difference is like when I smile now, like my eyes, they don't squint as much anymore because
because of mine.
because
Yeah,
of the cheeks. My
cheeks
cheeks
are
used to be
chubby. Yeah.
super like chubby. Like
Mm.
so like
Chubby.
I don't know why I said it like that.
Should be.
Don't make fun of me now.
I have a speech impediment. Should be.
Look, it was I know Sophia has the picture, but I think I have it somewhere too, where it was like back in November. Back in November we went to go take some pictures of like a farm in Homestead, and that's when I was like weighing about like 230, something like that. And you could see it there. You could see my cheeks were just huge. And then you compare it to a picture we took just like a few weeks ago, and it was
Yeah, you can see the difference.
the
You can
difference
just
is massive,
Yeah,
massive,
yeah.
and it's amazing. I'm feeling better than ever now. I feel amazing.
Yeah, no, the one thing is once you get a little bit healthier, just like step by step, because
Yeah,
uh, like for me, I started my health grind last year, a little bit earlier in like August, and yeah, I had to cut out everything that I really enjoyed. My bread and butter is Chick-fil-A. I
oh
love me a good
God, I
Chick-fil-A
love
sandwich
Chick-fil-A
with those
too.
waffle fries and
God,
a strawberry milkshake.
it's
Ooh,
been tough without it.
and I'll get that, and I'll get some bag of chips,
Yep.
so I can snack on that. And cutting that out was very difficult at first. But once I started, saying like, once I started, really focusing on it and like tracking my calories, that's what I do. I know it works for some people, it doesn't work for others. But like, I took my health grind more serious, being like, okay, I need to get to this. I have a goal set. I have a time frame to get there. So
Yep.
that's the way I took it, and it got yeah. Those first few weeks and months, it is hard
Yeah.
because
No.
some people are able to you cut out everything and you'll go through that withdrawal. But for me, I had to just cut it little by little. Where
Yeah.
I stopped eating out, still buy those bag of chips, and I stopped buying those bags of chips. I kept buying maybe some of the candies,
Yeah.
but then I stopped buying the candies, and I started switching to some healthier chips and healthier snacks.
Yeah.
And it's gotten a lot easier, a lot more like protein bars and protein shakes and just like non-fat yogurts, things like that. Just something oatmeals, things like that, just to keep it going. You can mix it up a little bit, have some fun playing around with some good healthy foods and cooking. One thing is definitely cooking. I would say to people out there, definitely will help you because once you make that food for yourself and you see how much goes into it, with if you do have an addiction or you have issues with dieting, like foods in general, that really does help because you know what's going into the food, you know how much of every all the ingredients is going in, what you all that, and so you can pay more attention to it and you feel better once you eat it.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I worked hard for this. I made it
Yeah.
myself. I put in the time to
It's a
make it.
it's a different type of satisfaction than just going to a drive-through and ordering a
Right.
burger.
Yeah. Instead of the instant satisfaction, even tying to the other addiction I have, that's what I'm trying to get better at as best I can. Not having a relationship. So any shotties out here in Wisconsin, you know what I mean? I Hey there.
Oh, this guy! I swear, I'm
Whatever.
cutting that out
Shameless
too.
plug. Sheesh.
I'm
I'm a
cutting
good
that. I'm
guy, I
I'm cut. I'm
swear.
cutting
I
that
don't want
out
to be
too.
desperate, but please.
I'm cutting this out too.
God damn it.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
No, it's fine.
yeah. I mean, some people have it a little tougher than others. There's some people that instead of having time to gradually overcome an addiction like the way you did, where you gradually started like getting
Yeah.
away from
You
it
just step by step, while some
step by
people are just able
step.
to do
Some
like
people they have
big
like
jumps.
there's some people that not even like that they're able to, but some people that like they have to.
Oh,
Like
well, that
if
too,
not,
yeah.
there's like a dire need to do it like right now. If not, this could affect like the situation where I was
I
in.
mean, we have a friend who kind of had to do that. Big guy, if you guys remember. You know who I'm talking about.
Mm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mhm. No, I know
I
who
don't
you're
want to
talking about.
name
Yeah.
it. I don't
Yeah,
want to
I
name
don't
it.
want to name him either. Yeah, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it was.
But yeah, he was one of those guys. And I do want to say is that like I guess fortunate for us and unfortunate for others is that we've never had to, or I've never had experience. Like speaking for myself, I've never had experience with someone who's gone through or is in like those, really dangerous addictions with like
Yeah,
drugs and things like
drugs,
that.
alcohol.
And I'm fortunate to say I've never, like I have
All of
had a
us
scare
have.
with alcohol, but
Yeah.
thankfully I kind of had that right mindset and good people surrounding me to help me being like, hey, keep yourself in check. But to those out there, do yourself a favor and seek help. I
Yeah.
don't want to be the one telling you. Hopefully you can tell yourself. If not, your loved ones can tell you.
Yep.
And one thing, real quick, that does help with tough times in general is just having a good surrounding body, whether your friends, your family, your loved ones, things like that. Good group
Yeah. You
will
don't
really
want.
help
I
you.
mean, you don't want people around you that are like
Dragging you
influencing,
down.
like dragging you down, or even influencing you to do these bad things in general. Anyway.
and I'm
You
not
know.
gonna name drop again, but I'm just saying we going through something like that right now.
Yeah, in a sense, we kind of are, yeah.
And all I gotta say is I was right, and I love being right. Cause fuck that guy.
This guy, I swear. He's
Fuck that
been
guy.
bragging about it all day, I swear.
Yeah, whoever if that guy watches this, fuck you. You probably beat my ass, but I don't care. I'll fucking assault case your
I
ass.
got you. Don't worry. I'll be right by your side. Don't you worry about it.
Thanks, baby
Okay.
boy.
Danny's like,
I won't
okay,
even-
all right. Danny's like, I got no comments.
All I'm gonna say is I got my
I
issue
plead
with
the
it.
fifth.
They got
I
their
plead the
issues
fifth.
with it.
Danny's just
I got mine.
Danny's just
Mine
choosing to
don't go
stay
as deep.
quiet.
No?
Smart
I
man.
Plead the fifth for now.
Smart man.
I know
Danny's
my
just,
rights.
Danny's just choosing to stay quiet on this.
Yeah.
You ain't
This is what my lawyer told me to say.
his lawyer, his girlfriend.
So,
It's his lawyer, yeah, his lawyer, his girlfriend. No, is what his girlfriend told him to say. Oh no!
first listen.
But I think, unless anyone else has anything they wanna add on, I think that about wraps it up for tonight.
No, I think we're good. I just want to say again, appreciate everyone listening
Yeah.
or watching.
I do appreciate
please
it, yeah.
like, comment, give us feedback on
And
what you
actually,
can improve on.
let us
what
know
you
what you
enjoy.
feel about. Let us know how you feel about this new video setup. And
No,
see
we
if
are
you guys
uglier in person.
like it, if you guys don't like it, if you want us to change something about it.
Do our
Gladly
voices
let
match
us
with
know.
our faces. That's what I'm curious about.
The what?
Do our voices match with our faces? You know?
Yeah,
Those
no. I
listening.
mean, were we just like you were expecting us, or are we just ugly?
Did we surprise you?
Are we as ugly?
uglier? Are we handsomer?
Well, actually,
Or cuter?
they'll know what I look like though. I have videos on
true.
the
Oh, that's
Instagram,
true.
so I have
I'm a
videos
new
on-
face, baby.
Yeah, he's a new face. Danny's a new face.
baby.
Ah, blue face.
Blue face.
Blue face, baby.
Yeah, you. Yes, sir.
Oh, but anyway, that'll about wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for listening. And before I go, I'll just add it again. Like I said, if you are going through something similar like we have been, and you want someone to talk to in general, DM the page. It's a small page right now, so I'll definitely see it. So just DM the page, and we can send you our Discord link, and you can come talk to us for a little bit if you feel like it. Maybe we can help you
to
cheer
those
you
who
up.
do DM us, you'll love the Discord profile pic.
Yep, you will. You will love the Discord profile pics.
Fuck me.
But anyway, guys, thank you guys for listening. Like I said, the schedule is now every other Sunday rather than every Sunday. Just so I can have a break as well, you know. These guys are... Why don't you guys kiss already, all right? Anyway, thank you guys for listening and watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. These guys are idiots. Bye-bye!